Good day, everyone. I am Miss Mabel de los Santos, and I will be your literature teacher. So before we start the class, Miss Manila, please lead our prayer. Amen. Before you take your seat, remove all the unnecessary things on your table and arrange your chair properly. By the way, who's absent today? None? Very good. I gave you an assignment yesterday. Please pass it forward. Class, who among you remember our lesson yesterday? Yes, Mr. Mina. Very good. Yesterday, we discussed the story of Daedalus and Icarus. Now, before we proceed with our lesson, let's first have an activity. Group yourself into 5 groups, and each group should have a poem or should make a poem, and the poem should contain 2 stanzas. The group with the best poem will be having a highest point. Thank you everyone for your participation. Everyone did well. Before we start our lesson, let's first watch a video I prepared for you guys.
Creatures of my dreams raise up and dance with me. Now and forever, I'm your
Thank you so much for watching. Have you enjoyed it? Now, before we start our lesson, I have here words I use in a sentence which will appear on the poem we will be discussing later. Um, the first word is Caxton. Please read, Miss Annie. Okay. Based on the sentence you have read, what do you think Caxton means? So, the first word is Caxton. Based on the sentence you have read, what do you think is the meaning of Caxton? Very good. Caxton means book. Well, the word Caxton came from the name of William Caxton, who the first man who published first book in England. The next word is shriek. Now, based on the sentence you have read, what do you think the meaning of shriek or shriek? Very good. Shriek is the cry of sudden pain. Next word, please. Engraving. What do you think engraving means? Engraving is the design forms in a hard surface such as wood, metal, and etc. Next word is apparatus. Now, based on the sentence you have read, what do you think apparatus means? Very good. Apparatus means different machinery with different functions. Next, the next word is suit. Now, what do you think suit means? Very good. Suit means calming down a friend or helping a friend to feel better. Now, let's proceed with our poem. And while we are analyzing the poem, we are also looking for some sensory images used in the poem. The poem was entitled The Martian Sends Postcard at Home. Now, we already know what Caxton means, right? So, on the poem, how did the Martian describe the Caxton? Now, how did the Martian describe the Caxton or the book in the poem? Very good. The Martian described the book or the Caxton in the poem as a mechanical bird with many wings. In the first line, the Martian says that the Caxton is the reason why many cries, maybe because of the story in it. Next line, please read. Alright. In the next line, what do you think the Martian describes? Very good. In the next line, the Martian described the mist of the rain. And he said, the mist of the rain happens when the clouds are tired. Okay, next, in another line, what do you think the Martian describes? Very good. And he said, the mist of the rain happens when the sky are tired. And what do you think he is referring to? Yes, very good. He is describing a cloud. How about the rain? How did the Martian describes the rain? Very good. In the next line, the Martian says that the rain is when the earth is like a television. He also said, or the Martian also said, that the rain has the power to make the surroundings darker. Because just like in the television, the rain also can change the color of the surroundings. Now, let's proceed on the next line. What about the letter T? He's trying to say what he's trying to refer in letter T. He said on the poem. Yes, Miss Pagaduan. Okay, very good. In the next slide, the marshal was referring to the car. He describes the car as letter T because when the at the top view of the car, we can see the letter. He also added that the car is a world needed a key to start. Now, let's proceed with the next line. The next is the wrist watch. How did the Martian describes the wristwatch? Yes, Miss Ada. Very good. In the next line, the Martian describes the wristwatch as a time in the box, continue to tick-tock, impatience. Now, in the next line, what did the Martians trying to describe when he say an apparatus continuously ringing? Very good. He was trying to describe a phone or a telephone. And the Martian described the telephone as a ringing apparatus continue to store until you pick it up. The next line, in the next line, how did the Martian describe the human couple? Miss Malabanan. Very good. He said on the poem that all colors die. Humans hide in pairs, read about themselves with their eyes shut. Now, who can recall the poem, the whole poem, and the meaning of each words? Yes, Miss Rensley. Oh, very good. Clap your hands for Mr. Rensley. Very good. Seems like all of you understand what the poem is trying to say and the Martians trying to say and the Martians trying to describe. Now, let's proceed with our activity. Choose 10 unfamiliar words in the sentence and including the words we discussed earlier and try to make a sentence out of those words or make a sentence for each word and you will be having 15 minutes to did your activity. Okay, you all did well on our activity. Now, let's proceed with our group activity. Let's use the same group we used earlier, your group earlier. Okay, group 1. You are tasked to write a 2-stanza poem about your understanding on the experience of Martian on Earth. Group 2, with the words we discussed earlier, try to make your own meaning of those words we found on the poem which described by the Martian. And for group 3, draw the things on Martian postcards the way he describes it. And for group 4, reenact the experience of Martian on Earth. Okay, everyone, you very good. You all did well again. Let's give ourselves a warm clap. And for your assignment, please look for a poem online or in internet and try to analyze the poem using sensory images. And please present your assignment on a yellow paper and pass it tomorrow. Okay, class, that's it for today. I hope you learned a lot. That's all. Any clarifications? If none, that's all.